Welcome back. This is Sandy with Sandy's Organized Chaos, and today we're going to be doing this Hocus Pocus inspired tumbler. As always, I'll make sure to put everything that I use today into the description box down below if you guys would like to shop those items. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's wake up, prep these tumblers, and slay all day. Let's do this. I am starting out with a double-walled 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler that I purchased through the Stainless Depot company. I went ahead and I spray painted it this burnt sienna color, which I thought goes really well with the glitter that I'll be using today. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump right into getting our tumbler glittered. I have some double-sided tape here, and this is about a 1/2 inch double-sided tape, and we're gonna start making some stripes along the bottom. Now with these modern curved tumblers, they happen to have a seal or a seam right around the bottom, and I'm going to use that to my advantage. And I am just going to use that as my baseline here to get my tape started. If you don't happen to have a baseline to kind of get your tape started, just make yourself a nice straight line around the bottom to be able to guide your tape around so that way you have nice straight lines. Now for those who have never worked with double-sided tape, all it is a tape that is double-sided with stickiness, so that way one side will stick to your tumbler and the other side we can use to adhere our glitter. Now once you have that fully all the way around, making sure everything's all nice and lined up, we're just gonna take that and slice off the extra, and then we're gonna continue our stripes up the tumbler. Now every piece of tape I put on, I'm just going to butt it up right against the tape before it, so that way I know each line is as straight as I can get it. Now we're just kind of going for like a stocking look here. You know, the Sanderson sisters wear stockings. Maybe they wear striped stockings. So that's the kind of look that we're going for here. Now I did about 5 stripes, and I thought that was pretty good for this curvy tumbler here. If I went any further up, it would start to get a little bit harder to apply my tape. So if you're using a skinny tumbler or a smaller tumbler, you might need to adjust how many pieces of tape you put down. So now I'm just going to come through and slice any bubbles that might be poking up, making sure that our tape is firmly pressed against the tumbler. Now the glitter that I'm going to be using today, this first one's called Mary, and then I have Meadow. Again, I thought it went with kind of the color scheme that I was looking for today. And now we're going to start applying our stripes. So I'm going to do every other stripe because, you know, I want it striped looking. So I'm going to remove every other paper backing right off my tape here. And then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my glitter down right onto it. I'm going to start with my darkest color first. Now this darkest color actually has hints of green in it, so it went well with the green color just in case it kind of mixes together. And I am also using, both of them are kind of a metallic mix. One's a holographic, and then the other one's just kind of a mix of opals and metallics. So that way I know that my tape is fully filled in with these colors here. Now after I have my glitter applied, I'm just going to come through and kind of burnish down the glitter here, just making sure it's nice and adhered. Then I'm going to come through and take my chip brush and just sweep off any extra glitter that might be everywhere. And then we're going to move on to our next stripes. Now again, just like with the first ones, we're going to remove that paper backing and we're going to go ahead and lay our glitter down. We're going to burnish that down really good and take our chip brush and sweep it all off, all the extra off of the tumbler. Now after you're done doing this part, if you notice that the coverage just wasn't what you expected, you can always come through with some of your glue, very carefully put it on there, apply your glitter again, and do it that way, especially with opals because you'll be able to kind of see through to the bottom. So, but this was really good coverage for me, and I'm ready to move on to that next step. Now I'm ready to do the top portion of my tumbler here. I'm going to use pumpkin spice, and again, every glitter that I'm going to be using today you can find at socglitters.com if you would like to. If not, just use what you already have on hand. Now I'm going to use my Amazing Sealer, which is a little bit like Mod Podge, just a little bit different. The dry time's a little bit longer, so I have more time to kind of get my glue on and do what I need to do. So you just want to lather up your tumbler with whatever kind of adhesive you like to use, and then we're going to go ahead and start applying our glitter. Now you just want to be very careful when you get up next to those stripes that we're doing, so just make sure you run it around there, make sure it's not built up too much, and just smooth that glue down really good before you sprinkle on your glitter, because you could be able to see the little peaks and valleys in your glue if you don't smooth it down really well. All right, it's nice and applied. We're gonna go ahead and sprinkle that glitter on really good. And again, after this has dried, if you notice that it just doesn't have the coverage you'd like, again, just come back through with your glue and do the same process again where you give it another coating of your glitter. But again, because we use a bottom base color that kind of matches glitter really well, it will look pretty good to me. So now I'm just gonna tap off any extra and then we're gonna go ahead and finish up that bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and do the bottom in the green. So I'm just gonna apply my glue, very carefully come up along the edge there, right where see that little piece there? Do that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle on my green glitter, and then I'm gonna set everything off to the side and let that dry completely before I apply my first coating of epoxy. All right, everything is nice and dry, and I needed a piece of paper to be able to dust everything onto, so Delilah made this for you guys. I hope you enjoy my piece of paper. I'm gonna take my chip brush and I'm gonna sweep away all that extra glitter right onto my piece of paper because we don't want any of this stuff kind of drifting in and out of each other, and this is really gonna help that out. So I'm gonna take that chip brush, really get in there, and this is the time that you will notice if there's any gaps or anything like that and your glitter, if you need to go ahead and apply a little bit of your glue and glitter just to make sure everything's nice and filled in. Now I want you guys to keep in mind that those stripes, we're going to be adding pinstriping, so it's all good if they're not perfect. And of course, one more step I like to do is use my semi-gloss clear here, my 2x Rustoleum, bring it outside, shake it up really, really good, give it a couple test sprays, and we're gonna spray this down really good. You see how far back my sprayer is there? That's what you wanna do, and you're gonna go over it a couple times like I'm doing here. You're gonna set that off to the side and let that dry. Then you're gonna go ahead and feel it and make sure that there's going to be no glitter that's going to shift around. You're going to take your hand and rub it against it. If no glitter comes off on your hand, you're good to go. So if there is glitter that comes off, you might want to do it one more time just to make sure that glitter is not going to shift around. And again, once I come inside, I do the same thing with my glove just to make sure, because nothing worse than that glitter kind of going everywhere when you don't want it to. So I have, what do I have here? 30 mLs of epoxy, and I'm going to apply that all over my tumbler here. And you know, I don't think I used that full 30 either because we're using fine glitters and it really didn't need too much. So it was almost 30 mLs that I ended up using. I'm gonna go ahead and put that onto my turner. I'm gonna hit it up really good with my blowtorch. Again, when you use your blowtorch, you just wanna do very fast movements with your blowtorch. You don't wanna leave it in one place for too long. Just do a couple swipes with it and that should be good enough to get all those little micro bubbles that might be in there on your epoxy. You're gonna set your torch off to the side safely. You're gonna let that cure and then we're ready to move on to the next step. All right, it is all cured and we're ready to start giving it kind of a little bit of a sanding and trimming up that rim really good. This is the point where I come through with my razor blade to get all that extra epoxy off. Every step that I do this. And I'm also gonna take my sanding block here, make sure that I have a nice clean rim and kind of do along the bottom rim as well. There wasn't really too much that needed to be sanded on this again because we're using fine glitter. And then we're gonna go ahead and apply another coat of epoxy over top of this. So again, I like to work in smaller increments of epoxy if I can, and this really helps out with making sure that this tumbler doesn't end up being, you know, 1,000,000 pounds or anything like that. So another 10 mLs is going to go over top of this just to make sure that we have a nice smooth surface for what we're about to do. So here it is, nice and smooth and cured, and now we're going to go ahead and get this next part going. So I wanted to kind of give it like the essence of the Sanderson sisters, like they're just the coloring of the movie. So we're gonna go ahead and tape off the bottom stripes because I don't want this coloring down there. And we're gonna take it outside and I have all my neon colors. I have green, yellow, pink, and orange. Now after I get everything all prepped and primed, we're just gonna take our tumbler and have fun. We're just gonna give real short, quick bursts. We're gonna give some splatters. With my splatters, I just hold the nozzle down until just a little bit of that paint starts to come out and just kind of do that all over the cup. And then I'm also gonna come through with those colors and give just real short, quick bursts of that color all throughout the top here. But I just really like how it all kind of ties out. It gives like the aura of them, you know, not too much, just a little bit. Now, you guys know with neon paints, they're translucent. So again, that's kind of why I wanted to use my neon colors for this. I just thought it went really well, and you could still kind of see the glitter through it. And there is going to be a lot of overspray, but we're going to take care of that here in a minute after I kind of get everything all spray painted up here. Now, after you have the look that you would like, just being very fun and whimsy and just kind of giving it those spritzes, here it is here, you're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna move inside and get some of that extra paint off there. All right, so it is nice and dry, and we just want to remove some of that overspray, exposing a little bit more of that holographic orange we have underneath. So I have some rubbing alcohol, I have a paper towel, and we're just gonna very gently go over our top base here. So when you're doing this, don't be afraid. You're not going to rub all of your paint off. We're just focusing more on the overspray than anything. You see just a little bit of orange is on there. So we're just going to come through and kind of go in between all of our big splotches, trying not to remove too much and just focusing on going around it and just exposing that glitter underneath. All right, after you have it all cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and remove this tape, and we're going to move on to the next step. So I'm going to go ahead and get my decals cut out. I found this really cute Hocus Pocus I Need Coffee to Focus decal on Creative Fabrica, and I have it sized 2.7, so almost 3 inches in height, and it's a little over 2 inches in width, and I wanted it a little bit wider, so I went ahead and I unlocked it, and I'm going to make it just a little bit wider because it was a little too skinny for me. So I went ahead and wind that up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and apply the offset, whatever size offset you want to do. It could be thin, it could be bigger, I mean, however you guys want to do it. I'm going to go ahead and apply my offset, and I'm going to go ahead and get my pinstripes together as well. So for the pinstriping, I just did a square. You unlock your square and then you put in your measurements. So however long you need it, I think it was, I just did 11 inches in width, and then 0.3, I think. I can't remember what the the height was, but yeah, you definitely just want to bring it down. And then you're just going to get, I think 6 of those is what we needed cut out. So I just used a basic white vinyl for my offset, and for everything else I use this really cool looking cobblestone opal purple that I'm going to show you here in a second. So here is my pinstriping, and I'm just going to start lining that all the way around. Now this purple, almost cobblestone looking vinyl I got from Two Moms Craft Shack, and I'll make sure to put their shop into the description below, but they are a small business, family-owned business, and I like to try to support businesses like that when I can, and they sell really beautiful vinyl, and I'll make sure to put that down there for you guys. But once it's cut out, it kind of looks like spider webs, and I really liked that, and it has that purple hint that I was going for, so pretty awesome. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get my pinstriping applied. Now, I forgot to mention the reason why I'm applying my pinstriping now is because it's being applied straight to the epoxied surface. There's no paint down here, so that's why I'm applying my pinstriping. And I want to come through and do like a burst look after we get our epoxy on, so that's why we're doing it now. All right, our pinstriping is down. We're ready to apply another coat of epoxy. Again, going in with my clear spray before I apply my epoxy. I have about 10 mLs mixed up here. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up really good, and we're gonna get that applied to our tumbler. And again, I didn't apply the main decal because I have raw paint there, and it will lift if I put it over top of that. All right, so right into that wet epoxy before we put it onto the turner, I'm gonna apply some spooky dots and some Sally, and we're gonna do a little bit of a burst right around that center line there where the stripes meet the top portion. So I'm just gonna take some spooky dots, and I'm going to start just very lightly kind of placing that around. You don't want too much, just a little bit. But this is a great way to use your shapes. I know sometimes we buy shapes and we're like, what are we gonna do with this? But this is kind of the thing that I like to do with my shapes, or add these kind of dimensions of splits in between with a little bit of a burst with some shapes, and then some of my favorite chunky glitters to kind of mix in between it as well. All right, after we have our confetti glitter all put down, we're gonna come through with our Sally. This is like an opal-y glitter, and you see I didn't go too far up and down my tumbler. I just kind of tilt my tumbler up and down to kind of help it just very, very lightly cascade up and down each side there. But with this opal-y one, I kind of went a little bit further because, you know, it's a pretty opal. So I'm just gonna cascade that up and down as well, just mixing it in right into the middle. And after you have as much as you would like put down, I'm just going to take my opposite hand and I'm going to tap all those chunkies down, especially that confetti glitter. Sometimes it gets clumped up on one another, and you just want to come through and make sure that everything is nice and flat, so that way when we go to apply another coat of epoxy over top, it's a lot easier to do that. So I'm going to set that onto my turner and let that cure. So for my decal, I'm gonna go ahead and apply it now because this base, the top base is so big, and where I wanna put it, it's not, the raw glitter won't be underneath it, but if you feel like the glitter is going to impede too much on your decal, go ahead and put another coat of epoxy over top before you put on your decal. But I felt comfortable enough to go ahead and add my decal now, and that's what I'm gonna do. So when I apply my decal, I'm just gonna take my thumb and kind of rock it back and forth. I focus on one side of my decal, then I'm going to peel back a little bit of that transfer tape, making it a little bit easier for the other side, and just doing the same exact thing, taking my thumb and just making sure that everything is nice and burnished down onto my tumbler. Okay, and after my decal is applied, again, I'm going to spritz it with my 2x Ultra because we have raw glitter on there, and you want to make sure that your epoxy has something to stick to. And I'm going to apply just a very, very tiny amount of SOC dust and green. And I just thought this would go really well kind of over the paints, just giving it that hue. Again, just the essence of the Sanderson sisters. Okay, after I get this applied, I think that was 10 mLs of epoxy. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, after I get that applied, I'm gonna let that cure on my turner. I'm gonna go ahead and sand it down really good to make sure that our final coat of epoxy is nice and smooth. I'm gonna make sure that I just get out any little lumps. It wasn't too bad. I'm gonna make sure I hit up my rim one more time, make sure I hit up the bottom as well. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a nice final coat of epoxy. I think my final coat, I used about 15 to 20 just to make sure that it was gonna cover really well and make it nice and smooth, and she is ready to go. Whether you take this design and duplicate it as is, or you take it and let it inspire you to create something that is completely your own, I hope that you guys had a lot of fun watching this tutorial today. Again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.